going to be individual silent prayers in your faith. Amen and amen. Let me do some introductions. We have a galaxy of personalities here present for today's press conference. Of course, we've just seen the minister entering, the Minister of Information and Communication, Honorable Mohammed Swaghi. Welcome, sir. Yes. And then we also have, in our midst, we have the Director of Corporate Affairs, AIG Jalo. We also have the Freetown East Regional Commander, AIG Air Edwards Samandia. We have the Freetown West Regional Commander, Commissioner Manfred Williams. And then we have the Director of Crime Services, Commissioner Joseph Lahai. We have the Head of Community Relations Department, CSP and Silva. And then we also have Inspector Smart Manager from the Corporate Affairs Directorate. And then we have Abubakar, DS Lieutenant from CID, and then Joshua Musa from also CID as well. And then, like I said, we want to officially call this program to order. Let me now hand over the mic to the chairperson for today, and it's been chairing our programs throughout in the person of AIG, Mohammed Namaja, Director of Operations. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Thank you, Media One. Let me start by welcoming Honorable Minister of Information and Communication. After that, I want to welcome you all to another press conference. As I always say, we inform the general public through you, and so we are very much happy that within the shortest notice, you are able to come to grace this occasion, and as usual, to go back and inform the public. Today's press conference, as you all can observe, is quite different. It's different in that this is the first time, to my knowledge, we're having in attendance the Honorable Minister of Information and Communications. Secondly, the Inspector General of Police actually will be joining us. He's having some engagement, I understand, at the State House, but at some point he'll be joining us because there is a specific thing which he has to do, and that actually I'm not going to touch on that. So when he comes, he'll be able to brief you, and then because part of this press conference today has to do with the launching, and what he's going to launch, he will be able to tell you, and that is why we have our sister here, the Director of Corporate Affairs Directorate. As usual, I have senior police officers. They have already introduced to you Mr. Samadia. He is the Rick Paul, Freetown East. We have Rick Paul, Freetown West. We have Mrs. Silva. She's heading the outreach aspect. And then we have Mayor. It's Mayor. This is a easy word. It's not Major. It's Mayor. It's Mayor. Well, anyway, it's Major. I'm just joking. We have Major there. He's representing, is it traffic, is it? Oh, corporate. Yeah, be smart, inspector. Oh, great. Okay. Anyway, that is the other aspect the Inspector General will handle, which is actually the launching aspect. We have the Commissioner, the Director of Crime Services. As usual, I actually work between them to present to you what actually they have been doing. We think is necessary to brief the public. I always remind those who have not actually witnessed this one that the reason behind actually the press conference to inform the public is for you journalists actually not to guess. When we started this or prior to that, people were guessing. Those were the days when we were investigating, we don't even inform the public. And when people want to actually know what is happening, it's actually kept behind closed doors. With that, you will see people will guess, and that guessing, malicious write-ups were made. And so when Bido came, he decided that we should not be keeping these things. After all, it's actually going to come to the public. And so what we should do is to inform the journalists. If there are aspects at a very critical area where we think by disclosing it, it will disturb the investigation, we'll let you understand that at least we stop here. We cannot go beyond here because it will affect investigation. I'm sure you will be able to understand. So for you to be able to report accurately, that is more the reason why we call you. In addition, we need to tell the public certain things. And I'm so happy now we have our Honorable Minister. Maybe in addition to what he's coming to tell us, he's going to help us with our radio. I mean, I've gone there severally. I mean, from the time the former Inspector General was in the office, we are law-abiding people. And in fact, we have two laws, so which means we really keep to the laws guiding radio station operations better, because we have the regimental aspect, which is the one we handle. And we have that other one, you could go and pay money, but there are certain things with us, if you do, it will actually show you back to the organization. And so there are a lot of things I keep on telling you, we will be able to tell the public over and over again that we are not able to do it because each time we make a single press release, we spend tens of millions of dollars. They charge us. They are not going to say we are police officers, so it's huge. And so we have that crime prevention aspect, which I tell people, if you are going with your spouse and you see your spouse leaving the bag on the seat of your car, go back. I was doing that and my wife said, why always? I said, don't force the thief to break into your car. If you leave your bag on the seat, whether nothing is in it, they don't know. They are going to force open that vehicle. So put it on that. We tell them that when you walk your day's walk, switch off all other things. You are gone. Your lights in the office, your AC, and these are little things we can tell them. Because when I was doing it, it was only when there was fire accident, fire problem at the terminal, the airport actually, that my secretary confessed. Mr. Brahmaja, he said, I have been annoyed. I said, why will you be annoyed? He said, each time we are off, you switch off all these things. There is this director, you even deplug it, and so on. I said, what's wrong with this man? He said, not until one Sunday, they left at the terminal, they left their light and everything on, and then that resulted in a fire problem. The entire office burnt down, and the people suspended. So I said, okay. So there are a lot of other things, Honorable Minister, like this QNet in the other area. That one we have been battling with QNet even when I was Director of Crime Services for the past 3 years. If we have our radio station, we will be telling our people that these people, when they come, they actually make as if you are going to be rich tomorrow. Don't fall for it. And we will be able to brief them across the country. That in fact, they will have registered for something else, but when you go, they tell you something different. But we are not able to do that, Honorable Minister. Because we have a very good radio, If you enter there, I remember when
you ambushed me last night.
when the mother of the nation entered there, it's so nice to look. But we have not got frequency. And we have been actually talking to our brother, and so thank God you guys are here now. So in your own way, not here now, you'll be able to reach our minister, so that we'll be able to have frequency. We have told them that we are law-abiding people. We ensure that we will not send somebody there that we talk those reckless, like when they said, they always say our former inspector general said, yeah, people are not serious, and so. But he's gone, and I don't know really what made him say that. He's a man who was quiet. I've known him for long. But there are times you say certain things you do not plan, just by mistake. I want to believe that was a mistake. But if you help us, really, Honorable Minister, it will help even fight crime a lot. It will help fight crime a lot. So please help us with this frequency. So this is a very serious organization, a force for good. You will not know that this is a force for good until when we meet our colleagues at the international level. That is the time you will know that Sierra Leone is way ahead. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because this is the seat of British administration for West Africa. In fact, I'll be surprised if we are behind them. Because it was from here the entire British West Africa was being governed. And then here, our Court of Appeal was Court of Appeal to Nigeria. So you now know from the angle I'm coming from. And so we should really take the lead. And I'm happy that we are taking the lead. So as usual, Honorable Minister, you are welcome, sir. You are welcome, sir. So I know there is an aspect which will bring you in. Once that one we get to that point, you will take over. Meanwhile, I want to call on my colleagues to do their presentation on the I think your own area will touch on the side, the Inspector General will be in. Media one?
It's a press conference, not mine.
Yes, but when we have an honorable minister, it is properly planned. So I now start by calling on my colleague, Mr. Samadia, to do his presentation. 1 minute, sir. Let me tell you, we don't need to remind you every now and then, but don't say because you are police officers. We too have done this sort of thing. That's why always I call you my colleagues. When we do presentation, let your questions be around what we have presented to you, because that is what we want you to know and to take it to the public. But when you begin to ask questions touching on something else, we will really not respond to that, because I told you when I was doing journalism, that was an aspect we were told in. We were the first set of police officers who were talking about by the British Commonwealth tax team. So please, stop, just ask your question around what we are presenting to you. Thank you.
Allow me to please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, members from the United States, and a very special welcome to our Honorable Minister, Saswadi. From Freetown East, every aspect of security for now, as at now, is quiet, as normal. As an addendum to what my representative furnished you about the Togo incident, which has to do with the forceful initiation. At that time, I'm sure they reported to you that we have 6 suspects arrested, wherein somebody was forcefully conscripted and taken into a borough bush, Togo. Now we've investigated. We have 5 released for insufficient evidence and 1 charged to court. That is the update. Well, in another instance, yesterday, Sunday the 12th, we have some good unscrupulous people who went and blocked the main Waterloo and Togo Road. Waterloo Togo Road, precisely at Russell. They did that because in their own language, the road has to do, there is no pavement on the road. That was why they decided to block the road, preventing vehicles, pedestrians to pass. So we made 5 arrests, and they are now helping police with their investigation at Waterloo. We have another incident at the road where an argument ensued between 2 youths, and they fought. Eventually, the one had to overpower his colleague, and bite him and cut off the lip. So that also, we have the suspect in our custody. By and large, I think Waterloo 2 is quiet, even though it's challenging, but we police are on top of situation, and we make sure that every citizen at that part of the county go to bed with both eyes closed. Basically, everywhere normal. There is another incident, but anyway, let me stop it at this point. No, I have the details. We are on it alongside the community relations department, and we'll get you informed. It has to do with the entire basis of base 1, APC base 1, entire base, and Unity entire base at Kabata. But we'll get you informed. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, all. Mr. Chairman, permit me to stand on existing protocols. Honorable Minister, I just want to inform this House that African West, the region is relatively calm, as most of you can attest, because we are waiting. But I have 2 or 3 issues to come up with. One is just today at around 10:30 hours, one Victor Brooks of 41 Adelaide Street was arrested at Parliament. He was unroofing the fence. 5 lengths of corrugated iron sheets were found in his possession. Of course, his picture is here, and it's presently at Central Police Station under investigation. Also, on the 12th of March, we received a call from the cheerleading Jimata under Aberdeen Bridge, where a corpse was found in the water. The corpse was fished out, and on observation when the SOCO and the operation team went there, they saw some injuries on the corpse, and one of the hand wrist was tied with a rope. So we are suspecting foul play. The body has been taken to Connaught Hospital for postmortem examination. Co-cause is investigated. At 11, we received a report from Judge Savage Street, who reported about one 68-year-old Jules Ola Johnson, who was found lying in a pool of blood inside his house. They alleged that the man was murdered by a 17-year-old boy. Fortunately, the same boy went to Aberdeen police station to make a report of assault. On interview, he said it took place at the main street. This prompted the LUC to check at the main street to know what happened. And then he was informed that this boy stabbed somebody. So he was taken at the main street, and the matter has been transferred to CID. Actually, on the 11th, we had a radio program at Radio Carillon where our regional media officer moderated the program, which was also graced by a lovely vision. They talked to people about crime and non-violence and books. Also on the 9th, we received several reports. Well, at this stage, I would like to call upon the suspect for you to see. We received a report on the 9th from one family of the chaplain of 27 CC Drive, small Budapest. She was assisted by and other people. That's why she was on board a keke.
Let us stand there. Not in front of the minister. Please.
He was on board a bike, and he snatched bags from any item inside the keke. So these are some of the people who have been snatching your properties. On one occasion, he snatched the bag of a lady who he tripped out of the keke. The lady had to fall on the ground and sustained severe bruises. We have about 3 reports that we've compiled, and this is the top one. And he was caught with the bag and some other items, which are treated as exhibit. So we want you people to know and to help us disseminate. He's not the only one. He has accomplices. And to be candid, we arrested him last year. We charged him to court for several offenses of this same nature. And he's out again committing the same type of offenses. So I think for Freetown West, I think this is all I can give to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We are going to make a follow-up because last year he was charged for several offenses and is out. Again, we want to know the level that matter actually those charges have taken, because similar situation is with one fellow, one so-called Dr. Phillips. Dr. Phillips actually was arrested for fraud. I was initially handling the case, but I had a lot of storm on the way, and so eventually the law firm that was hired by the complainant, Tarika from Botswana, decided to take the matter by private prosecution and was arrested in my office. I provided security, was taken to fast track commercial court, where he was granted bail. The next arrest now is actually at CID for something in the region, they say, of 40 billion or so. That is yet to be confirmed. But he's in for fraud. And only for me to be told whether he's the same man. He did not add the Phillips. The end name was Ladi Adeyemi, and the Phillips was not added. But then his face and everything was not changed. So I was called, we inquired, the same man. So we want to know whether he's on bail, and he decided not to go to court again and started pursuing the straight. So we'll find out that if he's on bail but did not go, then we'll arrest him on bench warrant to be taken. We will now go with fresh charges. It's the same thing. No, he will go with fresh charges now. So we'll find out that. Director of Crime Services is next.
Mr. Honorable Minister, Chairman for this special occasion, senior colleagues and members of the press, Abraham Joseph Lahai, Director of Crime Services. And we actually have someone from the Criminal Investigation Department that will telling us current matters, especially those that are of state interest. I'm here to receive Madam Maria Mayuma, the Cybersecurity Coordinator for Sierra Leone, because she has been very, very instrumental in the fight against cyber crimes. As Director of Crime Services, I oversee the investigation relating to cyber offenses in this country, in addition to other attacks across the SLP. But Madam Mayuma has been very, very instrumental ever since the SLP came to the realization that a new crime, a new pattern of committing crime has once again sprung up. And this time around, we refer to the offenses as cybercrime, cyber offenses. And this was actually a threat to the SLP. But as an institution charged with the responsibility of fighting crime, it was not something actually of too much threat, because we summoned an emergency meeting and started off by setting up a cyber unit at the Criminal Investigations Department. But this was followed by a series of challenges since the crimes were new. We need training and we need logistics. But the management board of the SLP was so quick, we were able to provide basic training, both local and international, to tackle cyber crimes. And this was further strengthened when the central government actually passed a bill in Parliament, but there were no laws relating to cyber crimes in Sierra Leone. But when the IGP and his management team eventually contacted the central government about the threats we are facing, because criminals have these days moved from traditional offenses to committing their offenses digitally. And since it was new, the IGP and his team was actually able to convince the central government for laws to be put in place. And laws were then established and they will be passed in Parliament. So that alone strengthened the police. Backed by support from other organizations, other countries, Egypt, China, India, to mention but a few. For instance, China alone provided training for 120 police personnel across the country. The investigations of cyber crimes, India did the same. They sent in 4 professors that actually provided training for the SLP in the fight against cyber crimes. And it did not only stop there, but they also provided logistics that the police can use to fight cyber crimes. And since then, I can say we have been above the situation, and the awareness is now widespread across the country. This is evident through the series of reports we are receiving across the country, not only in Freetown, but even of the provinces. People are now fully aware that the police is capable of investigating cyber crimes, and for this reason, the reports are always being filed both at provincial and at Western area level. So we are working very serious in that direction. Notwithstanding that, the central government also deemed it necessary that a coordinating unit must be established. And that unit is headed by Madam Marama Yuman, seated here now. She has been actually very, very instrumental. As part of her assignment very recently, she provided training for 10 police officers on laboratory analysis of forensic evidence relating to cyber crimes. And she did not only provide the training, but she also provided some logistics that the cyber analysts can use to track down criminals. And very recently, she also held a symposium wherein police officers were also trained on the prosecution aspect of cyber crimes. She has been very instrumental, and Mr. Honorable Minister, I must, on behalf of the Inspector General of Police, express our sincere thanks and appreciation to Madam Yuma here. She is very mindful about the threats cyber crimes are posing this country and globally. Because you don't need to move from Ghana to Sierra Leone to perpetrate an offense here. You can be in Ghana, all you need is to coordinate your work here, and then you cause whatever mayhem you think you can cause in this country. We experienced that during the August 10 insurrection. The perpetrators, some of them were outside this country, but they were able, through digital, through forensic means, to assemble their partners in Sierra Leone to cause damage. So, on this note, Mr. Chairman and Honorable Minister, sir, let me continue to express our sincere thanks and appreciation to Madam Yuma and the Ministry of Information and Communication as a whole. I thank you very much.
That was commendable. We are not going to stop there. We are going to go a step higher. I understand that she even has a donation to make. I think, thank God, our Honorable Minister of Information and Communication is here. So, Media One, let me give. Bring the donation here, please.
What you want to come stand here?
These are the Australians we need.
Wow.
Oh yes, that was what John F. Kennedy said in his inaugural speech. Ask not what America has done for you.
What have you done for America?
Thank you. So, similarly, ask not what Sierra Leone has done for you.
What have you done for
What
Sierra
have you done
Leone?
for Sierra Leone? Off country, they say the company don't give money fit. Come for them with her. She's done her own presentation, and so it's good you carry this one very colorfully in your papers. We want to see how this will move other Sierra Leoneans to do. Yes.
Say,
What is in here?
not to worry about it.
Also for the training. You need something that will strengthen the hands of the police to do the work. Yeah. You're welcome, Mr.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Staff, and good afternoon, members of the committee. Please allow me to stand on existing protocols. Just as clearly Mr. Lai stated, we have the National Cyber Security and Crime Act of 2021 that was legislated in 2021. As part of that act, the National Cyber Security Coordination Center was created. The center actually is responsible for everything cyber related, and one of our mandates is actually supporting the police, the judiciary, the prosecutors for them to be able to fight cyber crime. As we are aware, cyber crime are new. They are not like traditional crimes. For traditional crimes, let's say for example, if you have murder, you go to the crime scene, you will see like the blood splattered all across, you will see the weapon, the weapon that was used to commit the crime and everything of the sort. But when it comes to electronic crime, cybercrime, it is different. Because most of the crimes are being committed using your laptops, using your mobile phones, using your iPads, and then it's committed using networks, various networks, be it the internet, be it the mobile communication network, and a whole lot. So since we know that it is new, and as an institution, the first thing that we need to do is for us to be able to strengthen the law enforcement agencies. Because if we don't strengthen them, it will be difficult for them to be able to fight crimes appropriately. So as an institution, we've done a whole lot in terms of like training. We started the training with this actually. We did training for 20 high court judges. We've done series of training for the police in county and also out of the country. Because we are meeting with a whole lot of partners, so like we are the one in between. Recently, we also had like training for the prosecutors, the police prosecutors as well as the state prosecutors. Because one thing we realize is that even though that the act is there, but for us to be able to enforce it appropriately, we need to make sure that all those that are involved know the provisions within and how they'll be able to prosecute the crimes appropriately. So we've done those training, and then recently, just as Mr. Alahai alluded, we've also done training for the those that are working at the computer lab unit. With cybercrime, the way you gather evidence is different. Because the evidence, they are within your phone, and it makes it easier for you to delete them. And then even if you are the police officer, in terms of, if you don't handle it properly, it will affect the integrity of the evidence. And then when you take it to court, if you don't have a very good defense lawyer, the evidence will be sent out of court. So we train them in terms of maintaining the integrity of the evidence, how they'll be able to go about in terms of gathering the evidence, processing it, and at the end of the day, presenting it to court. So as part of, we've met with a whole lot of partners, and just as we said, for that particular one, we had the opportunity to work with the UNODC. And we are here today to support, because we noticed that in terms of the police do have something, but we need to make sure that they have all the necessary gadgets for them to do their work properly. So I know it is small, but we are presenting here 5 laptops, 4 laptops, sorry, 4 right blockers, and then we have like in terms of cloning hard drive, in terms of cloning USB sticks, and a whole lot of other things. So this is why we are here. This is just like a first support. There is so much support that we'll be able to work together with the police for us to be able to make sure that we have what it takes for us to be able to fight cybercrime within Sierra Leone. One thing I will admonish is a whole lot of people are invested in cybercrime as a go-between. And then for us as a nation, we are meeting a whole lot of others out there. But one thing most of them are commenting about is whether the tools are being utilized for their appropriate function. For this one, we presented it to the cybercrime unit, the cybercrime lab. This is just the start. But if the donor partners actually see that we've utilized this small thing for us to be able to fight cybercrime, and it is well utilized, there's a whole lot more that will come. So on this note, I would just like to hand this handover form to you.
Yes, please. Okay, you see, one day king and king. It was not a stuck in the middle. It's written there for. I'm receiving them on behalf of our Honorable Inspector General of Police.
the tweet, so I'm not in the Twitter account. What's my name? Twitter account.
They are snap for all.
On behalf of the Honorable Inspector General, on behalf of the Honorable Inspector General, the rank and file of the Sierra Leone Police, and on my own personal behalf, I want to thank Ms. Yomba for the donation. I'm happy that our Honorable Minister of Information and Communication is here. And to make our day, I hope perhaps it cannot be now, but we are still pleading for a frequency. So that, yes, want to attack. Let me tell you the importance of that. There are some offenses. That's why we are bringing in the communication handset, not the phone type. Because there are times certain things happen, we call straight on the border, we tell them the descriptions, and they go into action. We thank you very much. I promise, this is a promise on behalf of the Honorable Inspector General, that the intended purpose for which this donation is made will be used for it. We are a force for good. We will ensure, in fact, it's a help, because with bigger resources, in competing priorities with the bigger resources, the government is doing a lot. And so if a government institution is helping us, that actually is a good thing, and I think we should prove to you, the government and the wider public, that these donations are properly used, so that it will encourage you and others to even do more. Because if you give these things to us and we are not able to properly utilize them, even by giving to other departments is not good. The cyber is going to actually be equipped. That is the aim of the Inspector General of Police. That is why we have actually been sending them here and there for them to be trained. But if you are properly trained or you don't have the equipment, it's as if you are not trained. Because you need something that will help you do the job. And these are the things we need. So we are very happy. And I'm pretty sure on delivering these things, I want to believe the Honorable Inspector General will reach you. So thank you. Thank you very much. We are happy. Honorable Minister, the government is really helping us, that we must say, in the midst of community priorities, with all these things, they are helping us. And so this is another case in point that having recognized, having passed the bill, and an institution is established, that institution is helping the police, which is at the forefront in fighting the cyber crimes. We appreciate it. We thank you very much. Tell your office that we appreciate it. And we are not saying we are looking forward to other donations, but if you have other donations that will help us, we ask that you still continue adding. All is in the interest of fighting crime. And this is a new crime, as you really put it. You are very right. It's a new crime. It's only training, equipment provided that actually will keep us on top. And I promise you, we'll continue to be on top. We thank you so much. Once more, I thank you, and by extension to your office, for the kind donation. Thank you very much. God bless you. Sorry. I see you making this one, they say up country that when a warrior is present and there's something, when we come to cyber, the Honorable Minister is the be all and the end all. And so for such donation to happen, they must have actually been part of the brain that led to this. And so my honorable ministers, our honorable minister, we want you to stay.
Good afternoon to the leadership of the police AMB here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm very honored to be attending a press conference here at police headquarters today. This is the very first time in all my life, all my career. I've always yearned for this moment, but like they say, God's time is best. You know, so I sit here very highly honored today, seeing the National Cyber Security Coordination Team growing and doing the things for which they were set up to do. When I became minister in 2018, during an outing where she accompanied me to Addis Ababa, Sierra Leone was among a long list of countries that were named and shamed for not implementing the cybersecurity law. Because number one, it was part of the conditions precedent for the landing of the fiber cable here. Number two, African leaders, including the former president, have signed up to the Malabo Accord, which is the African blueprint for cybersecurity and data protection. We have also, ECOWAS had also passed the ECOWAS directives on cybersecurity and data protection. All of these laws were in place, but Sierra Leone had not moved any loop. So that day, I was very embarrassed. I was barely a month or two in office, so I licked my wounds, but I used the same opportunity to make a very passionate appeal to the global community that Sierra Leone wants to be a very respectable member, a law-abiding and respectable member of the global community of nations. We want help, we need help to build our cyber security capacity and resilience. So, I mean, the rest of it is history. We got a lot of people coming to our aid, force technical support to put the law in place, and, you know, a lot more has since followed. You know, you have no reason why I'm very excited. I did not even want to make a statement. I simply wanted Marama to keep cruising. You know, when we spoke about the cybersecurity and crime law here, we were, the law itself was problematized. It was castigated on political grounds. This is not about politics. This is about critical issues like protecting critical information infrastructure. You have banks, you have telcos, you have, you know, the electricity system, everything. You know, you have seen, those of you who follow the news, you have seen those kind of interferences done and the implications for the country. So that's number one. You want to talk about online child protection, you want to talk about international cooperation, among a list of other things. You have Marama say, for the most part, those who commit cyber offenses are for the most part, domiciled in other countries. So for that reason, you need international cooperation. If you look at the Cybersecurity and Crime Act that has been given to you, the last section actually deals with international cooperation, so that you can use existing or emerging mechanisms to deal with cyber offenders who are outside your jurisdiction. So when we eventually appointed Marama, Marama is one of the most diligent, committed, and focused people I've come by in my working life, particularly as a woman. And when it comes to work, those who know me know I'm a very rigorous person. In my 30 or so years, this is one of the most fastidious people I've come by. So when we gave her this role, she ran away with it like nobody's business. The only reason I came to this conference today is she does not want to talk about what she does. You know, I said to her, I am Minister of Information and Communications. I cannot be doing things and nobody knows about it. So I have to accompany her so that we could amplify what we are doing here, what she is doing in the unit. I mean, she is quite fine as long as she is doing it. Yeah. Right? She does not want to talk about it, but I mean, I think that would be shock-changing enough. The other thing you might like to know about this appointment, which President Bill did, is that Mama is the only female cybersecurity coordinator in West Africa. No, this is not to attract any cheers or any clap. This is a fact. You know, and it was not a walk in the park. This was a very deliberate decision taken by His Excellency on my recommendation to ensure that women are mainstreamed. In the firm belief that whatever men can do, some women could even do better. And in the year now, it's been a year, in just under a year, Mama is literally punching above her weight. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg. You know, a start of things to come, like she mentioned. So I'm very satisfied so far. And this goes to underline my commitment I made to Parliament when they resoundingly passed this bill across the aisle, across all parties, including independents. I did say during the signing of the Cybersecurity and Crime Act that unlike other legislations, this was going to be different. It was not going to be left on the shelf gathering dust. I made that commitment, and you could see that happen. We know we have to invest in training. We have to invest in capacity, infrastructure. But because we are doing the right things, the development partner community is quite happy with us. They have donated, the European Union, right? Through ECOWAS have donated equipment for us that is waiting for installation in coming days, so that it will strengthen the capacity of the national reserve and indeed the police to fight cybercrime. But where does all this fit in? It fits into His Excellency the President's overarching vision, right? To leave behind a digitally connected Sierra Leone. Our digitalization, you know, comes along massive crime rates. In 2018, when we took over, you had about 12% of Sierra Leoneans connected. Today, you have about 32.2%. That's a quantum leap in 4 short years. I mean, this is set to grow by 20% every other year, every year. You know, so it's very important that we're able to put the necessary legislation, the necessary infrastructure in place to be able to prosecute cyber-dependent and cyber-enabled offenses. I think the police have been literally fighting these menace with their bare hands. They deserve a round of commendation. This has been, you know, I know the police, we have some of the finest officers there by way of education. I know some of them. Oh, I have a policeman here who was my teacher in 4.5, Mr. Lahai, the other Lahai, Stadrado. Yeah, he was my teacher. He taught me government in 4.5. But never mind, we also call it mates. Because just so that you understand. But these were some of the finest teachers that groomed us. So I know the police has a caliber of very solid professionals. You know, unlike those police who will do things that we knew them for back in university. What am I saying in essence? I have given this example a million times, but I'm going to share it. For those people who narrow down this whole fight to politics, this is not about politics. It's never about politics. In fact, if it were, this law guarantees more fundamental rights and freedoms, you know, than the period before it. I know before now, the police will write to service providers and ask for call records and data, right? But today, before you get to that point, you have to write to the judge explaining why you think your investigation will lead to Mohamed Rado Suarez, for which you want is called data records. And the police officer who will be executing that warrant also have prescribed conduct within which to keep. Otherwise, you fall foul of the law for which you have prescribed punishment. So this, in effect, strengthens your fundamental rights more than anything else. But again, like I've always said, in this country, one of the things we have lost so badly is the reading culture. Many who claim to be educated do not even read. They have not seen this type of crime law, yeah, but they have criminalized it, they've castigated it. So I want to use this opportunity to encourage all and sundry to do some reading, to appreciate it. This is one of the finest things. They call us around the world to speak to how we got to this point. Because this is a model legislation that Africa is very proud of. Just about a month or so ago, I was in Nigeria. You know, they were so impressed, they wanted to see how did it get here? Because this law is modeled along some of the most important criminal legislations in the world. The Budapest Convention, like I mentioned to you, the African Union Malabo Accord, the ECOWAS directives, all of it. You know, and human rights and fundamental freedoms are the prayer heart and center of this legislation. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you know, this is what I get paid for. For sure. So let me not rein in very much on Marama Aspari, but I'm exceedingly proud of her. With her, I don't go checking. I'm somebody who, when you tell I'm done, I want to check, prove, and find out. But when she tells me I'm done, I normally don't do that because she's a ruthless finisher. She's a very diligent and committed person. And those who have worked with me my 30 or so years knows I'm not generous with praises. I don't praise unnecessarily. But Marama, I mean, this is about the best decision we could have taken. Watching cyber security, watching the national SAT grow in coming days, maybe after a million years, this is one institution that's going to be an enduring legacy of this administration of Marama, but I'll also be claiming the glory. So they're costing for this thing. I have sleepless nights. People criminalize this me even before they saw it. So these days, some of them have not seen it, including police car parties. We did presentations to them. They never ever had the custody of getting back to us. But yet, I mean, this is a country we have to do this country. We owe it a duty. The president did say to us when he was swearing us in, he said, gentlemen, this country has suffered for far too long. Let us be that group of men and women who help save her. How many of you here know the story of Hush Puppy? Some chap who started in Dubai, some Nigerian chap, and literally robbed the whole world using digital systems, cyber crime, right? Yes. Again, through the same medium, he was whisked away and is currently facing trial in the US. You also have this guy, Noor Badu says, he was one time as guys who sat in Nigeria, Yahoo guys, they robbed the bank in Brazil, $254 million. The bank collapsed and the bank governor died. So you need something like this. You need an act like this to be able to prosecute. But this country, we have to elevate the discourse. When you want to discuss serious things, people want to bring it to a joke. We are a serious country. That's what we are known and respected for. Let us begin to elevate the discourse, particularly around issues like this. We all want our kids to grow up in a cyber, in a secure, in a cyber hygienic environment. So please let us open the debate, and I'm going to challenge my guys, my colleagues in the media. Let us set the standard. Let us increase the bar so that the rest of mankind will be forced to aspire to enlighten debates. Thank you very much, Mr. I did not want. I know Mr. Jao, the lawyer, the crime buster, and many more. The journalist, they are multi-dimensional man. You don't want me to make any comments on the radio. Okay, so let me. I'll ask that this is off record. You all promise?
Promise now, guys. This is off record.
This is more important than this for me. Why? Because of the radio. So of course, I know
okay, so you can. Don't worry, it does not have to be off record. I'm speaking.
This is why.
Yeah. So when I came in, the police had acquired the radio. Yeah. So the context there was, you still had the criminal libel law on the books, right? So if there were infractions, it was the police that was going to effect arrests and all of those things. Right? Then the police too had a radio station. So I was wondering, if there are infractions, you are literally making them judges in their own court. That's number one. Just so that the arguments are made public today. Yeah? The other one was that if we give the police, okay, so we did a scan of Africa. The only two other countries that have radio stations is one, Nigeria. It's about something, a radio and TV station. Nigeria. Because they have this peculiar challenge of fighting Boko Haram. It's about a $1.something million range. I don't know, I can't remember the figures. I'm also beginning to age now with my office and all of that. So the other countries, there were two countries at the time. It was a novel thing. We had the criminal libel on the books. Then the third part of it was, I always pay a thought for my private sector players. So I was thinking, the police is supposed to be one of the biggest promoters of the private radio stations or TV stations. So if they now have their own radio station, hey boy, you will no longer be coming to you to advertise. So the implications can be so dire. If you are not getting advert money, you might lay off a few people and all. But scratch that. The reality has since changed.
We need to clap for
Yeah, that's good.
No. So what the point was, the police ambushed me. There was this function Madam First Lady had at the police headquarters. She was commissioning the Technical Vocational Institute, remember? Yeah, when they almost all the senior police officers just came out. They literally always come to some place where this radio station was installed. You know, so I thought this was a waiting room where all ministers are going to wait till the president comes, they will join him. Well, I went to the place and just when I got in there, I was before a radio station. Fully equipped and ready to go. You know, so I had my own IG, made a lengthy speech, you know, and I commend the police for that. That's been very progressive. You use your own in-house resources to invest in the radio station, to get the boys, to reach out, to fight crime. All beautiful. You know, so I was ambushed. Well, in that ambush, well, I sprung the ambush as well. I said, well, you are law enforcement officers. The NATCOM Act at the time did not allow anybody to import broadcasting equipment in the country without a license, without the authorization, and all of that. But that is all history now. That is water under the bridge. There is very compelling need now than ever before for the police to have an opportunity to amplify their voice, to fight crime, and to maintain public order. We understand that. And the criminal libel law, which was one of the reasons it's no longer here, courtesy to His Excellency's audacity, that has been repealed. So we now have a case to make. So I literally took that bill I took the cabinet paper and I said the police should not have a radio station considering these are no. You know, like you, I'm also very law abiding. I can guarantee you I've never been taken to a police station all my life, in my 51-year life. I shout, I whatever you, but I try to be on the side of the law like you have been in this case. So this is an opportunity for us to retain. You have very critical and crucial elections coming up in 2-3 months' time. So let the debate go on. My team and I will retreat, we'll discuss it, and we'll take the best decision in the interest of professional policing and a free, independent media in the country. Need I say more?
I think that's what's good.
Thank you very much.
That's God bless. That's right. That's right.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. We are happy. The only thing, do we need to write another letter, sir?
No. This is an ongoing conversation.
Oh, yes.
I'll just beg that I leave it out. But you hear from me. You hear from me.
Okay.
You hear from me soon.
Thank you so much. We are so happy. Let's give
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
No, you can still continue. We are happy. Actually. Right.
Yeah, Joseph. So today we're planning. And for we are.
I like your
Boys, out of the economic support and equal equality. So me and my sister, thank you very much. Look at
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
We are on the last aspect, but very important, and that is why actually we decided to reserve it for the Honorable Inspector General, who is unavoidably absent. Today, he has given the authority to my sister here, who actually did the entire work. This is the work we all did not contribute. It has been her baby, and she actually did, and she has been doing it. This is not the first time. She has been doing it for all these years. So she's actually the best in that area. And so we wanted the Honorable Inspector General to have the honor to present it to you and to the general public. We are having women who do not rely on affirmative action. I'm one individual who always say, are we going to raise the floor by lowering the ceiling? This is where, if you want to raise the floor and then you bring the ceiling down, you have not raised the floor, isn't it? But then we have women who can perform, and that is really what I believe in.
Sure.
I happened to attend by accident EME here in those days, and somebody told Mami Fakondo, you talk for these women every now and then, let them be like you. Let them perform. And so I'm so happy that the Honorable Minister presented our sister. For the minister to say that when she does the job, he will not cross-check. It's an honor on any individual to have such a praise. And I'm so happy that you are giving that kind of honor. And so also our sister here. She is somebody, well, me, I don't know no more. We are the same, honestly, because when it's like this, I'm not going to make it like this. And that is her. She's hardworking. She's actually excelling wherever she is. The only unfortunate part is that when you are somebody strict, firm, it has again another problem. This particularly this part, but we will not relent. We will do our level best. We will do our job with reference to our God we believe in and the conscience we have. So I don't want to belabor this. Our sister has done a very good job in putting the crime statistics together. That actually guides us, because please, let's have a single meeting. With crime statistics, let me tell you, it will tell you where we have concentration of crime. And that actually will assist the police itself to invest more resources in terms of material and individuals to fight crime in that area. It again tells us the nature of crime and how to prepare the police. And the individual who has been preparing this all these years and has also prepared this one is our sister here, Mrs. Memuna Kontejalo. So I have the privilege to actually hand over the mic to her to do the presentation, the launching, the Punado.
Thank you very much. The
Director of Operations, my younger sister, Isioma, senior officers here present, colleagues, members of the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Memona Tubora Conte Gallo, and I'm the Director of Corporate Affairs. Sitting in my directorate is the Department of Inspectorate, Research, and Policy and Planning. And in that department is this young inspector, Inspector Smart Major, who is tasked with the duty of, is tasked with the preparing the annual crime statistics. Today we are here to launch this very important document. The annual crime statistics is actually the compilation and analysis of crimes committed in this country annually. We do it monthly, but it's for our own consumption, the police, in helping us plan properly how to use resources, where to allocate resources, and where to concentrate our operations in times of fighting crime. But we compile all of them at the end of the year, and we do the annual crime statistics. So if you look at the document, it says an annual, it says Sierra Leone Police General Crime Statistics Report 2022. Because you do, that's it. We do it yearly. So this is for 2022, January to December. The essence of this, of preparing this document, is that it gives us a status of cases investigated, of crimes. First of all, the major part is the crimes reported to the police. And then whether they are investigated, whether the matters are sent to the DPP's office for advice, whether they are charged to court, whether when they are in court they are dropped for certain different reasons, and whether they are kept in view at the police stations, or maybe due to the advice of the DPP due to lack of sufficient evidence. And even when they are taken to court, we also take note of the convictions. We take note of the results of these matters in court. So in this crime statistics that is going to be launched today, all of that information is embedded. The reason why we do the annual crime statistics is to help us to predict, to help the commanders to predict the nature and not only the nature, but the way crimes, the crimes are being committed in their different divisions. So it's like the trend. It can be predictive. That's the predictive aspect of this annual crime statistics. They will now tell, like Mr. Samadia, that this year you have a lot of armed robberies in your area. So put together a project or a program and present it to EMB as your own strategy of fighting more homicides or robberies in your area. That goes for the whole country. If you see the major aspect of community relations, that is a result of crime statistics also. When we have crimes involving youths and young persons, the only way we can reach out to those people is by engaging them. That's why you see a lot of community relation activities going on. Because crime statistics can also influence the way the people see the police. Are they happy with the way they are being policed? Are they ready to help the police in policing their communities? So all of these crime statistics, all of these are things that are enabled by the crime statistics. They also, as my colleague here has said, and my brother, he says we are similar. We are similar in so many ways. Initially, we did not get along because we did not know that we had so many things in common.
People were crossing between us.
Exactly. So there was a point when we actually saw that we had a lot of things in common, and we had a few insignificant things that was driving us apart. But for today, he's my brother, he's my friend. I look after his back, and I'm sure he too looks after my back, because we are getting on very well. But like he said, coming back to the crime statistics, like he said, these crime statistics also provide information as to the resource allocation. You know, resources are not infinite. They have to be placed in places where they are greatly needed. So if we see, like just after the August incident, we saw a great need in putting a lot of resources into community engagement. So that's what we are doing. There is a lot also going on which you would not know in terms of the operations. The regional crime officers know what they put in place for operations. So there is also finally the budget. This crime statistics speaks volumes to our strategic development plan of 2020 to 2024. Whatever is in this crime statistics has to be linked to what we said we were going to do in the 5-year strategic development plan. And then we put that in the form of a budget. This is what we need. This is what we want to do, A, B, C, and D. And we'll go to the annual crime statistics that this is the literature that is actually determining, that has actually given us an insight into what we need as budget for the year, the following year. So you see, all of our documents are linked together. This crime statistics is linked to the strategic development plan by way of the annual report. It will surprise you to know that the entire Sierra Leone police force, all of the divisional commanders and the regional commanders, they provide the institution with status reports by quarter, half yearly, and yearly. 3 times they send these reports. And at the end of the year, all of these documents are collated and put together. This gives the Inspector General an insight. It guides the Inspector General as to where he has to put more resources, more power, and more attention. So you, the members of the 4th Estate, representing various communities where you come from, representing the unheard voices, representing the voiceless people, you also have a stake in this. If you go through the annual crime statistics and the strategic development plan of the Sierra Leone Police 2020 to 2024, we have what we committed to. We said we were going to do A, B, C, D, and E. Now we have the crime statistics. Go through those documents and now come back to evaluate whether what we said we were going to do, we did. That's the essence of making these documents public. You have to hold us accountable so that you will now tell us, you said you were going to do this, but we have not seen you do this. So you put pressure on us to deliver on our promises and to deliver on the things that we said we were going to do. So if I'm here today to talk on this, I will stop here so far and hand the mic over to the technician, the man who actually put all of this together and did the analysis. I did not pass mathematics, by the way. So he knows the math, he knows the statistics, and so I'll hand you over to Inspector Smartmayor for him to take you through what actually went up, what offenses went up, and what offenses came down, and what offenses we were able to address. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Good afternoon. This afternoon, I'll take you through some of the figures of 2022 annual general crime statistics report. As part of our mandate, as earlier on said by the chairman of this meeting, that it is our mandate to update members of the public on our daily activities, of which we are here for this today. In 2022 general crime statistics, we had 33,157 criminal and accident cases nationwide. And out of these 33,157 criminal and accident cases, of course, 27,080 criminal activities were reported in the 6 police command region. We have 6 police command regions. We have the Northeast, Northwest, South, and East, Greater East, and West police command region. Right? We have traffic departments received and investigated 4,124 road traffic accident cases in 2022. And criminal Criminal Investigation Department, CID, alone investigated 2,015 criminal cases. When you put these figures together, it gives you this amount, 33,157 criminal and accident cases reported in 2022. The overall crime rate was 0.39% in 2022 as compared to 50% in 2021. That means we had a tremendous decrease on the rate of crimes by 11% in 2022. Of course, I prefer to give reasons as to why we had this reduction. One has to do with the community sensitization on crime prevention. Of course, on daily basis, we see the community relation department on the streets sensitizing the community on the crime prevention strategy. We engage the community stakeholders as well on crime prevention strategy. Of course, the strong collaboration we have with the house staff, the joint days and night patrol by police and house staff, mounting of checkpoints and strategic points at night, timely response to distress call. These are some of the factors that we are responsible for the decrease. Regional breakdowns of cases. For Freetown East, Western area, Freetown East and West combined, we had 21,222 criminal cases, representing 1.8%. Northern region, of course, Northwest and Northeast combined received 4,795 criminal cases with a percentage of 0.16%. Southern region recorded 3,533 criminal cases, representing 0.20%. Eastern region recorded 3,587 criminal cases, which represented 0.8%. From the regional analysis above, there is a clear indication that Western area is prone to more criminal activities than any other region in Sierra Leone, followed by Southern region, East and Northwest region, respectively. So, divisional crime analysis. Divisional crime analysis. In 2022, we analyzed crime not only on regional basis but also divisional basis. We highlighted three major offenses. We highlighted: robbery with violence, robbery with aggravation, and murder for divisional level. Divisional robbery cases. Robbery division under the Freetown West region recorded the highest number of robbery with aggravation cases with 54 cases. Robbery with violence with 31 reported cases. Garish recorded 8 cases of robbery with aggravation. And Congo Cross recorded 7 cases. These divisions fall under the Freetown West region. Bo West in the Southern region recorded 21 cases of robbery with aggravation and 50 cases of robbery with violence. Harbour division recorded 24 cases of robbery with aggravation, 50 cases of robbery with violence. The above division are prone to robbery incident than any other division in the 6 police command region. We look at the murder cases, the homicide cases. Freetown West region, the Criminal Investigation Department received and investigated 81 murder cases. Central Division also received and investigated 8 murder cases. Cornish Division investigated 6 cases. Longley and Congo Cross Division 5 cases each. That tells you that Freetown West recorded more of murder cases as compared to the other regions. In Freetown East, the Harbour Division received 9 murder cases. Kisii Division also received 9 cases of murder. Waterloo Division 6 cases, and Eastern Police Division received 6 cases of murder. Murder rates, but murder cases are more high in the Western area as compared to the 5 regions in Sierra Leone. Yeah. Northeast region, of course, Mabuka received and investigated the highest number of murder with 11 cases. That's for Northeast region. Kabbalah and my 91 division recorded equal number of 4 cases each. In the Northwest region, Gambia investigated 4 murder cases. Lungi and Lusa division recorded 3 cases each. Bo West in the Southern region received and investigated 2 murder cases. In the Eastern region, 16 cases of murder were recorded in Kenema division and 4 cases of murder in Kailam division. From the above, it was clear that in 2022 crime year, Freetown West region police received and investigated the highest number of murder cases. That means unlawful killing of persons were at the peak in Freetown, followed by Freetown East, Freetown West, followed by Freetown East, Northeast, Northwest region, respectively. Now let me take you to the sexual offenses. Sexual offenses. Regional analysis of sexual offenses. From the sexual offenses, 2001 sexual penetration cases were recorded. 2001 sexual penetration cases were recorded nationwide. From the people, Eastern region recorded 49 cases. Eastern region investigated 490 cases. Out of these cases investigated, 103 were charged to courts. Out of these 490 cases, 103 cases were charged to court, 11 cases closed, 15 cases kept in view, 361 cases still under investigations, and 1 case of sexual harassment was also recorded and kept in view, with 13 cases of rape, of which 1 case was sent to court, 1 case closed, and 11 cases under investigation. Freetown East recorded 453 cases of sexual penetration cases. Out of this, none of these cases was charged to court. None of them of Freetown East. Okay, Freetown West region. Freetown West region received and investigated 345 cases of sexual penetration a child. None of these cases as well was charged to court. Yes, for Freetown West. Northeast region received and investigated 303 cases of sexual penetration of child. From this, we got 12 were charged to court, 15 kept in view, and 276 still under investigation. Now, out of these recorded cases, out of these 33,157 reported cases nationwide, 6,591 cases we have received and sent to court by Legal and Just Support Department of the Sierra Leone Police. Out of these recorded cases nationwide, 6,591 we are sent to magistrate court. Out of these figures, 2,789 gained conviction and sentence. 627 cases were committed to high court. 562 cases caution and discharge. 73 acquitted and discharged. 1,279 cases discharged and 3 cases nullified by Director of Public Prosecution. So far, so good. Those are some of the analysis of 2022.
So, ladies and gentlemen of the Fourth Estate, I saw all of this scribbling. Yes, scribbling frantically when you heard that in some divisions, sexual offences matters were not charged. The new Sexual Offences Act says that when we investigate this matter as police officers, we send them to the law officers. And until the law officers brings them back to us, there is no way we will have access to them. So that's just one of the issues why you find some matters that have not been charged at all. Because we do not just charge straight like other matters. Or this falls under matters that have to be sent to the law officers department for advice. And finally, I would like to give you the web address where you will find the soft copy of this crime statistics. We cannot give you all copies because immediately you finish reading them, they will not be useful to you again, and there is a whole lot of money to print just one. Yeah. So we'll refer you to the website address. It's www.police.gov.sl. When you get there, you can print it out. It's very easy to print out. So once again, I want to thank you. And on that note, on behalf of the Inspector General of Police, Mr. William Fayaselu, and the Executive Management Board, I wish to officially launch the crime statistics, the Sierra Leone Police General Crime Statistics Report 2022 to the entire country. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. .gov.sl. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen of the 4th.
Why you want to laugh?
We police them when they smile and they community relations. We when they smile, we don't have to. Because I always see us business with the do.
Yeah, no, that's
No, it's the question. No, question.